What up, YouTube and Twitch, wherever we are. Welcome to Late Night Live, episode 71. We're back. If you missed last week's show, we were on Galaga Guy 88's stream. I had a couple questions, wondering where we were last week, but yeah, we're back on our the normal bat channel, bat time. So yeah, hopefully everyone's good. I see J Rod's in the chat. What's going on? Meatball Saucy. Joe Cade's up at Saturday morning. Good morning. And some guy named Ace of Jacks Media Grounds and 8-Bit Gaming Legend. Never heard of those guys. But what's going on? Full house tonight?
Yep.
How was your week, Ace of Jacks Media Grounds?
It was an interesting week. We had some fires at the house, things, electrical equipment malfunctioning, and having to get quotes. I realized I need to become an electrician because that's where the money's at. But other than that, I played more Doom Dark Ages. I think that's all I've played this week. That's Doom the Dark Ages. And I'm more than halfway done with the game, so.
Okay, cool. You liking it? We'll get into it later in a little bit. Travis, how was your week, sir?
Good evening. Good, actually. Yeah, it was actually good. I was just playing Expedition 33 before I joined the podcast. Actually, I've been playing that all week. So, yeah. It's everything. It has most of the elements of Elden Ring that I did not like about Elden Ring, but I actually really like Expedition 33.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So, yeah, the main reason why it's forgivable for all the things that I don't like about it is it's got a plot. Elden Ring really, in my opinion, was lacking that, at least one that I would bother to find. I guess if reading items is your way of getting a plot, then I guess it has one, but it was completely over my head that way. This game is actually, the plot is weird, the story is weird, but at least it's there, and it's intriguing enough to where I think about it when I'm not playing it. And that's probably one of the better reviews that I can give a game.
Are you playing it on Game Pass?
Yeah. Xbox. That's actually what I learned from Doom, and like we went over last week. Doom and Expedition 33 is Game Pass is really good. that's my review of both those games. Game Pass is quite a deal. So yeah, I think I was telling Eric that he should sign up and take a look.
Cool.
But yeah.
Did you also get a new microphone? Like you sound like
no.
really
Do I sound like crap?
tonight.
Hold on.
No, you sound good.
What?
Travis, you sound good. Travis,
how about now?
No, Travis, you sounded great. I was giving you a compliment.
No, I know, but now I wanted to see if it was any better. Is it the same?
I like it the way before.
You like it the way before. So this is just MacBook Pro microphone.
Oh, okay.
Which I had gotten away from because a certain someone named Eric, when he was not present on the podcast, said that I sounded bad when he was sitting racked out in a hospital or something listening to our podcast. then I spent money on the blue snowball thing, only to find out that, Eric was probably drugged up at the time, so I forget.
If this is from your MacBook, it sounds really good.
Yeah, that is what it's using right now. I thought that I plugged in the USB jack for the blue mic, and I just half plugged it. So I noticed the red light wasn't on when you said, "Do you sound good?" So yeah, I switched.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Keep doing
everybody go Pro.
I'm sure
it can be your next Xbox.
Eric can complain later about it.
Yeah.
I was criticizing your headset.
You can criticize whatever you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Oh, well.
All right, Dathan, 8-Bit Gaming Legend.
Good evening, class.
How was your week?
It's been a week. Been a lot of stuff this week. What did I play? I played some Doom. I think I'm about halfway through it. I tried out the retro thing on Game Pass now. What's it called? Retro
Classics.
Classics, yeah. I played a little bit of that. I don't like playing it with an Xbox controller. I like playing it with like an Atari controller, stuff like that. It's just kind of weird.
What does it have,
cool.
Nathan?
There's like 48 games on there or something like that. Something.
Well, we'll go over it. I got a little video.
Oh, you have a little thing on it? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I didn't know that.
I am forbidden to talk about it. What else this week?
Video games.
I did pick up an NBA Jam arcade from some dude on here. From the Garage Gamer. He was kind enough to let Eric and I into his garage and look at all his cool stuff that he had, and got to meet his wonderful family, which was great. And had some pizza, and Chris was there and talked about his house almost burnt down. But yeah, it's just been a week. I saw Mission Impossible yesterday. That was pretty good. And here I am right now with the kids here. I
saw Mission Impossible yesterday too, and that's good. We can talk about our thoughts because, like, I don't know. I thought it was good, but I thought it could have been a lot better.
We have a whole segment on it.
No spoilers. I'm going on Sunday to see it.
You're going on Sunday to see it. Well, you won't believe how it ends.
Well, does it end with Tom Cruise?
I bet you can predict how it ends.
Did you get the popcorn bucket for it though?
No. Well, that thing is like $35 or something.
Yeah.
Regal had a smaller one. I didn't bring with me. It was like a cup and a combo for $20, and that's what I ended up getting. And it was like perfect size for myself. Like, it wasn't a huge thing of popcorn that make me sick for a week. You know, it was like, that's like the perfect size popcorn. That's all I needed.
Not for Tom Cruise. Apparently, he gets 2 large popcorns every time he goes to the movies.
Well, have you watched the way that guy eats popcorn?
That's where I found out that he gets 2 large ones. That's what he said to all the concession people before he started throwing the popcorn in his mouth or at his face. However you want to define eating popcorn Tom Cruise style.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a shake. I do like the shake method. You know,
You gotta
if you do that.
shake
Yeah,
it in
yeah.
your hand, and then you throw it in your face,
Well,
and
I
you
mean, come
hope it
on.
goes in your mouth.
I believe several of us worked at the theater, and even when they say butter in the middle, come on, you're not doing a good job there. So, you know, taking a little bit out, shaking it up, getting the butter in the middle yourself, and then applying it to your face liberally as he does. That seems.
I do freak out the concessions girl. Like I'll get the Coke or the Pepsi no sugar or no calorie one, and then but I'll ask for butter on the popcorn. I'm like, are you sure you want butter? Like like you sure? Like yeah, I gotta go for that. So all right, Eric, how are you, sir?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. Any gaming last week?
Yeah, quite a bit. Was over at Public House playing pinball.
Oh,
Played
cool. Do they get
some-
anything new down there?
Nothing new yet, but I did learn. Like some guy was playing next to me. I was playing X-Men with my brother, and some guy saddled up to Tyrant's Eye D&D and started chatting with us. And apparently, there's a co-op version you can play of Dungeons and Dragons where you both advance the same story rather than have your independent campaigns, which I thought was cool. But I don't know how to. I don't know how to do that. So that's a mode I'd like to play at some point.
Wait, so he told you there was a mode, but he didn't tell you how to access the mode?
That was my fault. Because I thought he meant, you know, you both scan in and you compete against each other. Like you're playing. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, oh yeah, my son and I are at this level. And I was like, oh, you're talking about something different. And by that time, he's too into the game for me to want to interrupt him. But yeah, so there's a co-op mode. I'd like to learn how to play it. What else happened? I got a pretty good score at Metallica, and then a friend of mine and I went to RGB Retro Game Bar, and we played Contra and Mario Party 7. And then I've been playing Samus Returns, and I just beat that robot I was stuck on, Nathan.
Good.
Nice work.
Where is Retro Game Bar? I've never heard of that.
It's on MLK, North Portland.
Oh, okay.
You pay $7 and buy a drink or something, and then you can saddle up to any number of different console machines and ask them to pop in a game that they have from their library, and then play whatever you want. Sega, NES, Super NES, GameCube, Xbox, all that stuff.
You don't have to swipe a card.
No card swiping.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear.
Or if you're paying with a credit card, you have to swipe one card once.
Gotcha.
That's it.
I'll just have Ace of Jacks Media Grounds swipe his. What's going on, Mike Hawkerts? Up late watching the Mets Dodgers. Yeah, well, is Juan Soto actually batting tonight? I heard he was kind of pissed off about something with the Mets organization, so he wasn't swinging the other night. I don't know. All I know is the Mariners won. They beat Houston. Suck it, Astros. All right. I've had a good week too. Yeah, we sold NBA Jam to 8-Bit Gaming Legend Saturday, so that was awesome. Good to see you guys. And I've just been playing a lot of Doom the Dark Ages as well, along with a little bit of MLB The Show. And yeah, putting out a couple new videos. I got a new video coming out tomorrow morning, so let's do it. When my kids give me a little extra time, I can get stuff done. So it's pretty awesome. Tonight, we're going to talk about Doom the Dark Ages. I know we talked about a little bit about it on Galaga Guy 88's stream, but I felt like he wasn't too into it. So I think we played a little longer. At least Chris has, I know, and maybe Dathan. So we'll get into that. Let's talk about the Xbox Retro Classics. I want to talk about the CEO of Borderlands running his mouth again. Nintendo Switch 2 at Costco. We have some updated information. the Mission Possible movie, and let's talk about Avengers Doomsday getting delayed. How pissed is Dathan? Is he gonna jump off a cliff? Do we need to?
Do I have to wait to talk about it, or am I forbidden
Do
to talk about
you
it?
want to talk about it right now?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it getting moved.
Really?
Yeah. I would rather them take their time with it. Plus, this makes it so that Spider-Man comes out before Doomsday. I think that's part of the reason why that they pushed it back.
What if they delay Spider-Man now, though?
I mean, well, then Spider-Man's going to get delayed. I mean, I don't think Marvel's going to go over a year between movies because Fantastic Four comes out in July, and then Spider-Man's going to come out in July of 2026. I don't think they're going to go more than 12 months without having a movie come out. That's just my opinion. That's just what I think. But
wasn't there something else coming out that's not a Marvel movie? There's a Star Wars movie coming out next summer, I believe, The Mandalorian.
But
So I think
but
that's what they're counting on.
Their Doomsday shifted to the Christmas time on the same day as Dune Messiah. So I'm pretty sure that something is gonna move. I would
Probably
guess.
Dune Messiah.
I would think so.
Didn't Dune the last one came out in like February, so I wonder if they would delay that now. Anyway,
I don't know. But I'm not. It's not the end of the world.
Do you have your Doom mask?
Oh yeah, it's over in the corner. Back over.
Bring
there.
it over, man.
It took me forever to get stuff in that corner. I had to move a bunch of stuff around, and it's just no.
All right.
I'm I just don't want to. You can post the picture that I sent you in the
All right, maybe I will later.
That's fine.
And then they also, because of that, they also delayed Avengers Secret Wars to December 17th, 2027. I hope they film these movies back to back, like some of the other ones, because I feel like Mission Impossible kind of had the issue of they didn't film it back to back, because I feel like Tom Cruise looks way older in this new one, and it's a little more disjointed. So I don't know. That's my wish, is if they just film it back to back, and I don't know. Just my thoughts. Chris, or what? Do you have any thinking about this? Just the chat. Anything to say?
I mean, from everything I've seen and heard about the Avengers Doomsday, is early on they didn't really have a script going for it, so I think that's probably part of the reason why it's been delayed. And then I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok videos that were pulled from the internet, but because they'd already been on the internet, somebody had snuck onto the set of the film, and so there's quite a bit of footage out there of Robert Downey Jr. in the Doomsday outfit, along with a lot of the other characters that they haven't announced. So I don't know if they're planning on reworking things. It seems like a lot of coincidences to make a perfect storm of we have to kind of push it back for whatever reason. But if it's a case that they're going to make a better movie, then I'm all for it.
Is that girl from Starship Troopers going to be in it?
What was it? Oh, God.
I can't remember the name.
I can't keep the joke going. I don't remember.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Pamela Anderson. No.
I did hear another rumor on X today because I was scrolling X. I heard Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be called Dr. Doom in the new Avengers movie. He's going to be called Victor Von Doom. Was that good?
I don't have a problem with that.
All right. You guys didn't like
Wait.
it.
Were you telling a joke? Were you telling a joke? Because no one laughed. Is that what that was?
Yeah. The audience liked it. All right.
Well, when you pay the audience to like anything, especially if you go to streamboo.com, just make sure to take out that space and you'll get the best viewers.
Checks in the mail. All right, let's talk about Doom: The Dark Ages. Let me mute this. A little bit of video. What you want to go first? You like it?
Dude, I do like this game a lot more than Doom Eternal. 2016 Doom was, I thought, really good. I kind of enjoyed the story behind it. Doom Eternal, I didn't get that far into. I like the pacing of this one a lot more. Trying to contextualize between using the shield to parry attacks and block attacks is kind of interesting. The problem I've had with the dragon levels where you fly on the dragon is I actually want to stop and like look at the level design, because I honestly think the level design is amazing, but the dragon levels, you kind of are forced into this. You have to fly around and really kind of speed up. So getting the chance to actually like stare at things doesn't really happen with those levels like I want. Like the other levels, you can kind of walk around and you can kind of enjoy the design of the level. So
Yeah, agreed. I've only played the first dragon level, but it wasn't. I'm not rushed or anything, but I was just trying to find all the secrets, and that's all I'm trying to do.
Has anyone played it co-op yet? Or I mean, not co-op. Multiplayer.
There is no multiplayer.
No multiplayer.
What?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
realize
single-player
that's a
game
mistake.
only.
Single player.
The dream is dead.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's
You can't have
interesting.
more than one Slayer. What do you?
All right.
Are you sure that there isn't a? Are you sure that there isn't a co-op mode though, or not co-op, but a death match? Because
Yeah.
when I looked at the controller, I mean, maybe that's a spoiler for later in the game, but it has controller layouts for 4 different characters.
Oh no, those are the. So there's the dragon. There's the.
Oh yeah, okay. There would be the dragon, right?
There's the dragon. There's the
Man.
robot that you can get into.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
so it's they're not controller layouts for 4 different characters. They're just controller layouts for 4 different machines
Gotcha.
that he's able to use. So
Gotcha.
yeah, and I did notice with the dragon, if you look at the controller layout for it,
Mm-hmm.
they've got dodge as LT, but it's you have to hold LT and then it's B to dodge with the dragon. It's not LT.
Right.
Gotcha.
So they've got. I don't know if they just forgot to add some buttons in there. They're just like, yeah, let's make this as simple as possible with the controller
Well, it was supposed
layout.
to be one button did everything, according to the interview we heard.
Yeah.
You just keep pushing the shoulder button, and you're good.
But yeah, I've
What's your-
noticed that every level I've been in so far, there's a new weapon. I'm at chapter 14 of 22, and now it's no longer weapons. They've given me its new runes for the shield. So you have new abilities with the shield that, depending on what you block and everything, something new happens.
What's your favorite weapon so far?
Oh, I use
I
the
think-
super shotgun for everything.
Oh, really? I like the what? Now I can't remember what it's called. It's the mace ball where you throw it. You can charge it up and then throw it,
Oh,
and then come back to not the. It's a gun. It's the
Not
gun.
the
Yeah,
melee.
not the melee thing. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
yeah, it's got a ball and a chain, and
Yeah,
it shoots the
That's
ball out and then
badass.
brings the ball
Yeah.
back. You know, that one's good.
Like
But the super shotgun, if you level it all the way up, it destroys armor on any enemies immediately. So it's one shot, the armor's gone. So And where I'm at right now,
Guys that
it
come
seems
after
like
you can like.
every enemy now has got armor on them, so the super shotgun has just been the most useful.
Can you hear me, guys? I lost connection there for a second.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Dathan,
Mm,
what are your
yes.
thoughts so far?
I am enjoying it. I'm not trying to go find all the secrets and all that stuff, but I am. If I stumble upon one or I'm in a hidden room or a corner, then I'll go try and find it. But I'm having fun with it. My favorite weapon is the skull crusher, where it grinds the skulls and you shoot the things. Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. I think I finished chapter 10 or 11 about an hour before we came on today.
Nice.
And it's a lot of fun. I like it a lot more than Doom Eternal. But I'm in the same boat as Chris. I didn't get very far Doom Eternal. Maybe about 4 or 5 hours into it. Maybe a little bit less. But I just like the control mechanics with this one. It's easy to understand. And the developers were right when they were saying how easy it is to get the controls down. I don't find myself the game being too difficult. I think I'm playing on the second to the hardest difficulty, I think. But yeah, I'm having fun with it, enjoying it, and looking forward to finishing it up.
Yeah, awesome. Travis, did you play it at all?
Not this week. I played it last week, but only just to see if I would like it or not. Because similar to you guys, it was like I really liked Doom 2016. Like I thought it was awesome, but for some reason, Doom Eternal, I keep starting it and making it to the same spot in the game and then just quitting, and then I pop it. Then I pop into it again like 6 months later, same deal. So for some reason, it just can't get its hooks in me. But I wanted to see if this would be like that. But this in the beginning felt to me like Doom 2016 in the style and speed of gameplay and, being more ground and pound. So, yeah, I know I'll like it. I just have been just Expedition 33 the whole way.
Sure.
Cool.
Although I did say last week, I thought the plot was the insertion of the plot. I thought the plot was weird. Like we've just never really had a plot. I mean, we've had, but not like an actual narrative with voice acting like this one has. Like,
Well, we could if you want next week, we can use AI to explain the plot of the entire Doom series, because I had it do that, and it's like you'd have to sit there for a good 30-40 minutes reading this thing to kind of understand what they've done. But this is supposed to be the Marine from the original Doom game,
right? Yeah, it's the prequel, right? So
and so that's supposed to be a convoluted thing where the original Doom is just a regular Marine. And this is where he's come to. This is where he's become. So
I just thought it was like it was a little jarring to me because I was just ready to jump in and just start killing things, and it was like, here's a cutscene and here's another one. Wait a minute, they're trying to actually put together a real plot here. And so yeah, then I got to just kill stuff. So I made it through, I think, the first level, and then I said, okay, that's enough for now. I'll try this Expedition 33 game and see which one wins. And that one got its hooks in me. So, yeah. That's where we're at right now. But no, I'm looking forward to it. And Eric, they did say that they didn't do the death match and all of that. Like, I remembered them saying that it was so that they could, quote unquote, focus on making the best single-player Doom experience they could.
Mm-hmm.
So... I mean, I don't know how hard it would be to throw in arena mode in these things, but but whatever.
What's the new Quake then? What's the new Twitch kill game?
Well, there would probably. Oh, you mean like what are the kids playing for that stuff?
Yeah,
there's a lot of those.
It's going to be marathon after they get through the legal process of all the people they've stolen artwork and everything from. Since they now have to go back to the beginning because it came out that everything they've used so far has been taken from somebody else without their permission.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that I mean, I don't know for the Twitch game deathmatch stuff. I mean, I think Call of Duty still kind of reigns supreme for that stuff, right?
Dathan, did you text me your picture of the Doom helmet, or was that in the Discord? What you need to do is put that in the Discord.
I thought it was in the live group.
Yeah, put it in the Discord because then I can save it real quick. Otherwise, I gotta upload it.
Oh god, I gotta upload it. Give me a second.
I'm gonna pull that sound bit.
Jesus Christ! My God.
Which picture do you want? Do you want the picture next to the gun, or do you want the picture by itself?
I want the gun one.
You can do both. It's fine.
On the way. On the way. Oh, wrong spot. Hold on.
But anyway,
toy collecting. There we go.
Yeah, doing toys. Yeah, I think the game is awesome. I just want to keep playing it. I love getting like a new weapon or upgrade every single level. And I think you did something there. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Let's see.
You're welcome.
Actually, you know what? I'll just share it in the Discord. Or just share my screen here. I'll make it real easy.
And if you're looking for a quick game, Eric, they actually Quick Champions, which came out in 2017, is free to play, but apparently it's had a resurgence in multiplayer fans, and so on Steam it's actually pretty active right now.
Cool.
So
that thing is that made out of plastic?
I don't know what it's made out of. It's kind of heavy. The stand is made out of plastic, at least the bottom part. But it's a hard. I don't really know what it is. It doesn't feel like plastic.
Huh? It looks like real metal.
It's not real metal. I can tell you that.
And then here's the other one. Related searches: Mandalorian costume, Mandalorian body armor, pink Mandalorian. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, it's got a little stand with a D.
Yeah, I gotta move my Comcast cable thing out of the way.
Yeah, you don't want to crimp that.
No.
What is the Hellboy gun has 4 bullets, 4 fake bullets.
You can load it too.
Oh,
it's awesome.
I'm gonna get the stream shut down. Me showing your guns. All right. Let's see. Cool. We need to have like a little segment each week. If you bought anything, you got to show it off. All right. Going on the Xbox Retro Classics. This was... Oh, mute it. This was a little unexpected, but we had been waiting on some things to be able to play from the Activision Blizzard merger. And we finally got something. So, actually, where is it here? They have an initial list of 60 games, includes 50 Activision games at launch, and quite a few. Some of the ones that stood out for me, like I saw Space Quest 2, Space Quest 6, Adventures of Willy Beamish, Police Quest, Mech Warrior, and Mech Warrior 2. I think one of those is one's a Super Nintendo game and one's a PlayStation game.
It's got Quest for Glory
and Hero Quest.
Yeah. We call that Hero Quest.
I mean, they're different games.
Well, there's Heroes Quest and then there's Hero Quest. I think we've had this discussion before.
No. Yes, there's Heroes Quest and Hero Quest, but Hero Quest and Quest for Glory are also different games.
If you say so.
I'm
One-
looking forward to playing Space Quest.
One's point and click
Space
and a
Quest
remake, and one is
6. I haven't played.
Oh,
I haven't played
okay.
that Space Quest.
Space Quest 6 sucks.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
don't even
Well, I'm
bother.
still gonna play it. Still want to try it.
It is interesting to play those point and click games with a console now, and playing them on your TV. I don't think it really translates that well, but give it a shot.
If the joystick was also a mouse, then you could have a more authentic experience.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they do have Xbox Game Pass on PC. And
No, you know what my mind's going to is put this on Nintendo Switch 2 with the mouse on the Switch.
If Nintendo would let it, it could also be an Xbox.
Switch 2 is an Xbox.
Could be.
Yeah.
Nintendo won't let them.
they're actually on the list of third-party developers for the Switch 2. Microsoft
Oh,
is.
hey.
Sure they
So
are.
Game Pass might be coming to it. There is a possibility we will see Microsoft as the leading software developer of this next generation of games.
Well, yeah. They're now allowed to purchase Activision.
They're definitely the leading software company, I'd say, in 2025 sales wise. At least until Nintendo does their stuff next month. So yeah, give this game a shot if you have Game Pass. It's free. You can get a quick 50 gamer score if you just buy the Xbox icon in the little store they have, and you get 50 gamer score just for doing that. So maybe we'll do some achievement, or not achievement hunting, score hunting, or we could do a little tournament if you guys want. It's kind of got that feel of the Nintendo World Championships a little bit. I think that's what they're trying to go with.
Mm-hmm. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
I remember when Mech Warrior 2 came out, like keep showing the clip of it, and I
Mhm.
remember how it was such a graphical marvel at how cool the fire looked. Everything else in it looked like every other flight sim, right? But the fire looked awesome. So much so that on the box they showed the mech standing in front of a bunch of
In the
fire.
middle of fire.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And it's funny because I do remember that being like, wow, that looks killer. And it was that, and the one that also did a good job with it next was Wing Commander.
Oh yeah.
Wing Commander 3?
I think so, right?
Yeah, would have been 3.
Yeah.
1 and 2 were still that sprite based.
Yeah.
Was Mark Hamill in
Yeah,
that
he
one?
was in 3.
In 3 he was, yeah.
Do you think they charged him or he charged $700?
He probably
to
did.
show up for
At
it?
that time, probably not. He probably said, "Can I get a hamburger?"
Jesus Christ.
And
My
then-
God.
I don't know
That's
what caused
Stathan's
his
favorite actor right there.
resurgence in popularity for all of that. But at the time that he was doing the video games, he wasn't. I don't think he was doing anything but the video games.
He would have been doing the voice of Joker right around that same time.
Would he have? Yeah.
The animated
Yeah.
series.
For Batman the Animated Series.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Borderlands 4. Are you guys gonna get this?
No,
Definitely
No.
not now.
no. I wasn't planning on it, but now
Well,
just makes it. I really don't. I've never played a Borderlands game before.
Yeah,
neither.
I tried
Yeah.
one and I couldn't stand it. And that was before I knew all the crap that the guy's been in.
I'm just going to marathon the movie for 24 hours.
Right. Chris has seen the movie, right, Chris?
yes, I did go see the movie, and so if you've played the games, they're mature games, and the movie is a PG-13. Like they were just like, oh yeah, make sure this isn't violent at all. And it makes no sense to take all these characters from the game that were like in their 20s, and you've got Jamie Lee Curtis and
Yeah.
Kate Blanchett, and it's like you guys don't come off like you're young kids.
Mm-mm.
But regardless of the movie, the Borderlands CEO, Randy Pitchford,
Yeah.
he has been talking to the fans or doing interviews. Right now, I just want to tell this guy stop doing interviews because he said there. Let's see. He responded to fans asking him not to price the game at $80, and his response was, "Not my call. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen." Basically, like come up with the money if it's $80. He later apologized for his interaction with the fan, and then he said, "Regardless of where the price lands, it's going to be worth it, and then some." So,
And this is normal for Randy Pitchford because he did this with Duke Nukem
Mhm.
Forever. When they bought it, he was like, "This is going to be the greatest game ever. It's going to be worth the decade-long wait that everybody has had for it. This is going to be amazing." Every time the guy talks, it's more shit coming out of his mouth. I mean, if you want to fertilize your yard, this guy's great to have out there.
it's like just let the game talk for you. You don't need to be going out there and doing all like I get like if I owned a game company, I was the CEO of a game company, I'd be really proud of my programmers and staff under me. But you're just shooting yourself in the foot if you're telling everyone, yeah, you need to pay for this game because it's worth it. Like, I mean, there's people out there that just want to pay Game Pass or
You kind of have to earn the right to say that. I
yeah,
think, and
sure.
let the market speak first and get a bunch of good reviews, and then you can maybe say that. But
Well, I mean, ultimately, this is entertainment. Whether or not it's good doesn't matter. It's a case of, does it entertain us? Do we enjoy it? Are we having fun with it? So you can have a mouthpiece like Randy Pitchford, but at the end of the day, if somebody wants to play this, they'll play it. If they don't, because they don't find it entertaining, they just won't. It doesn't matter how good it is.
Hey,
And is it going to change my life fundamentally to the point where I'm like, I don't need to eat anymore because I have Borderlands 4?
hey, I was gonna say, speaking of mouthpieces, what's going on, Cornercade? Welcome to the chat. How you doing? But yeah, like
So,
I at this point, we need to see something. I wonder if they're going to be at the Game Award, not the Game Awards, the Summer Showcase, whatever that thing's called.
They might be at PAX because they had a booth there last year, and they were showing off some Borderlands thing that was there. So it's possible they show up.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and PAX tickets just went on sale, so I got mine too. I went on to there was a third party website, and I was looking at the tickets. It said like $300 for like one day. I was like, what the heck is this?
was it streambrew.com
No,
without space?
I'm at work and I go outside and like do a quick search on my phone. I pulled up this really weird website and like, oh, I should go to like the official paxwest.com site, and then like, all right, there's the legitimate tickets. That was my own stupidity. Like, I don't know what that was. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, this dude, I need my boys here showing up and showing out Tuesday nights during Let's Go show, baby. Well, invite Chris on. He'll come on. Yeah.
If I'm not busy, I don't. And we can talk about something I know something about. I can just make shit up
He
for
can
an
talk
hour if you want to.
Cornercade, he can talk about Arcade 1-Up because not only Dathan can too, because Dathan now is a proud owner of one I used to own. But Asa Jack's Media Grounds was one of the original OG guys that took my cabs because You don't have them anymore, right? But you had my original Street
No.
Fighter. You had
Your Galaga Galaxin.
oh right, yeah, that was a good cab. I got that for $200 at Walmart up in Portland.
And then the Final Fight.
Oh, you got the Final Fight? Yeah.
And the first one I bought brand new was the Simpsons
Yeah, okay, cool.
arcade
Yep,
one.
I still got my Simpsons. But that Final Fight one, they never made another. Well, I guess they put Final Fight on one of the Capcom games, I think, but they didn't do like a standalone Final Fight cab after that. That was a great one because it had Ghosts and Goblins on there. What else did it have? I'm drawing a blank.
Did you see Gallagher guy's video he posted this today? He got
Oh yeah, he got
Dragon's
it for
Lair
$50.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah.
I
Make
think he
Eric
said
pissed off.
that the owner said there was something wrong with it, but he
Like
played
a
it.
legit full cabinet?
He said
No,
he
it's
like
an arcade
needed a
one
new.
up.
It's an arcade
he-
one.
Oh, okay. It's an arcade one
No.
up. But still.
No. I thought he bought a real cab. What?
No, it was an
it's
arcade one
it's
up
got
that
the
he bought.
riser. It's got the small riser, and
I thought
was
he
able to
already
put it
had
back
an
in his
arcade
car.
one up.
And he put it.
And I think somewhere in the video he said he went and the lady was wearing like an old English dress and had chickens hanging from the outside of her
That's
house.
rad.
He said
So,
it was a
He
sketchy deal.
might have gotten cursed. But,
He said it was a pretty sketchy
You know,
deal.
Nice.
Okay, and Cornercade, what he's now that arcade one up is dead, right? Cornercade, what he does is he mods his old cabinets and makes them something new. So I applaud that. You know, like what else should he make, Eric? He should make the Star Trek sit down cab.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. It'd be
Yeah,
better than traveling
I
to
don't-
Pennsylvania to pick the one up that's on eBay for.
I have a feeling
$26.
he's not into Star Trek though.
He's a good man. He knows what's up.
Yeah, you're not into Star
Yeah.
Trek either.
No.
Could you mod an arcade one up with a sit down and have the seat movable? Put a Raspberry Pi 5 in there and just have a shitload of
Yeah,
games.
that's called the Iconic Arcade.
Well, that one just comes with Street Fighter. That's all they could get.
Okay, and he did a Dynamo cab style for Golden Axe.
Oh, I did see that. I did see his Golden Axe. That was done very, very well. I was very impressed with that one.
Could you put a CRT in Ryan's Star Wars so that I get the appropriate flicker when I play Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah, Danny, do you have Star Wars? I bet he does. He says he's no Trekkie, but I bet he has Star Wars. He has to have Star Wars. I would be shocked if he doesn't have it. But that Star Wars one, even though it's like it's not a real monitor, it still looks good.
No, yeah,
I
it's
did
fun.
like
You played it.
your I did like your arcade one up, the Star Wars the pinball. That was actually pretty good. I was more impressed with that than I thought because I thought it was going to be just like it actually kind of felt like a pinball machine, even though obviously it's the digital, screen and all that stuff. But I thought it was done pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, he says a CRT will fit it. I think the problem is just trying to find a CRT.
Well, you'd have
One
to
of the-
find probably
I've seen a lot of the
a 13-inch one, I would guess.
yeah, I've seen a lot of the 19-inch Zenith ones, I think, online, but not
Yeah, and the problem with those is finding those brand new is the problem because a lot of the 19-inch ones have burn image on them. A lot of them.
Yeah.
That's the big issue. So if you could find brand new, I don't know if there's any companies that make brand new ones.
Should I send him a link?
Yeah, let him educate us on how to.
All right, I'll send you a link, bro. I don't care. You can help us talk about Mission Impossible here. Let's see. Are you in the Discord? Let's see. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
All right, hold on. Give me a second. Turn your camera on.
Powder your nose.
Oh, this guy's ready to go all times.
Put your lipstick on.
Invite guests. Okay. All right. I sent it to you in my Discord. I was gonna say there needs to be a new company that just makes like old style CRTs. I think people would buy those. At least, I don't know. Maybe they would.
I'm sure
Pretty
there's
cool.
plenty of arcades that would need the spare parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I wonder what Next Level does with all of theirs.
Well, some of theirs they've got LCDs in them. Like,
yeah, they do. But
You
I know
have
they
to.
try to keep them as original as possible.
Mm-hmm.
you have to nowadays. And you know, like at first, when it started going in those arcades, is like, oh, they put a LCD in that. Like, man, what is wrong with you? But like, they literally can't find anything else. Like, I get it. Like, you got to do it. It's
Yeah,
I
because
will.
when I worked for the arcade company, I don't think we had any arcade machine, stand-up arcade machine, Pac-Man, Galaga, whatever, that did not have some sort of burn image on it. That didn't have the
Yeah.
Pac-Man maze or something. There was something that was on there.
Yeah. If you're lucky, it's faint, but yeah, there's always something on there.
For sure.
And hope it's not the thing you don't want on there. Burned.
It was mostly just like the press start screen. You know, that one that they would be sitting in. You know, the most prominent was the Pac-Man maze with the press start. That was on there. That was the most prominent.
Mine would be the VHS
Yeah.
collection right now.
Yeah, geez.
Just burned in.
I'm looking for it.
We can get into our VHS porno collection, you know.
Okay. I should have had that on the ready. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
All
never
right.
know.
I wanted to talk about Costco. We'll see if Danny comes on. If not, whatever. Costco is going to have some Switch 2 stuff. And they might have on launch day if you want to get a Switch 2. How many of you guys have Costco memberships? Most of you?
I got one.
I do.
That'd be funny. You just go in there on launch day and just get it. I love that idea. Don't have it pre-ordered or anything. Apparently, I also like this. The country of origin of the Pro Controller is Cambodia, and then the country of origin of Donkey Kong Bonanza is Japan. So they're just going to import that directly from Japan, and the Pro Controller is coming from Cambodia.
The games have come from Japan for a long time.
Well, I thought they manufactured a lot of them in the United States or Mexico. Anyway,
I don't. I mean, I don't have a ton of Switch 2 or Switch games, but yeah, a lot of the previous version Nintendos have been Japan for the games.
but I guess my point is, if you don't have a pre-order or something's going wacky with it, I know Speed in the Discord was saying his Walmart order might be getting delayed a week or whatever. Dude, if you got Costco, just go in there on launch day. And then Target might have some also. Looks like I'll pick up DK at Costco. Dude, like the last Donkey Kong game, Costco had a huge pallet of them, of the little cards, and you just brought them up to the register. So I wonder if they'll do that again. Okay. See. Black screen. Uh-oh. He didn't turn on his mic. Oh. He's listening, maybe. Oh, he's coming. Maybe he's on his phone.
He's got to get that lipstick ready.
It's really...
or chapstick.
There you go. What's going on, Danny?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, let's go. Sorry, I had to fire everything up. You know, I'm laying in bed, listening to my voice here late at night. And I'm just like,
Cool.
What in the world is going on? We're talking arcade 1-up. It's go time. It's time for me to get into this talk here. Hold on, I got a cab. Hold on, I got one cab. I turned these cabs on. I got a cab that's making noise. Let me go shut that thing up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we don't talk about Arcade One Up that much. He's
Yeah,
really
on
into
his
it.
arcade. That's awesome.
GameStop will have more up for pre-order in store at 3 p.m. on June 4th, according to Mike.
But you have to pick it up at midnight. If you don't, they release it.
Really?
Yep. That was part of. That's where a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm gonna go to GameStop on June 4th, order it, and then pick it up the next day. And they said, nope. If you order it on June 4th, you have to pick it up at midnight. Otherwise, they release it.
Well, there you go, Dan. Danny, we're gonna get you a Switch 2, buddy.
There's many people that have prompted me to try to get one because of Mario Kart and all that jazz. And we've had a Switch 1. My wife and I love to play Luigi's Mansion.
Right.
Mario Party was huge. Like even just doing the mini games, there was the baseball game on there. It was dope. I loved throwing the curveball on her every time, getting her to mess up. And we had it hooked up in our bedroom, so we'd just be in bed chilling and playing. Right.
What about your kids? How many kids do you have?
Well, we have 5 kids total. 2 of them are moved on to bigger prosperities in life.
Oh, okay.
We have 3. Our 11-year-old, he likes to play Xbox by himself. Doesn't want to be with anybody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so our littlest are 3 and 4, and that's the problem. So I have a VR headset now, so we sold that Switch to get more cabinets and do the arcade thing. So the reason why this arcade thing kind of took off long and short here, I don't want to take over the show here, but we had the system, right? And there's constant fighting, and I get it's 4-player, but with toddlers, they're just kind of doing their thing, right? We're not actually progressing and everything. So you let them have fun and do their thing. And when I brought one arcade cabinet home, my wife said, "You're crazy." It was MK2. And it reminded me of the days that my parents took me to Poochie's. It was a hot dog joint, and they let me just watch the attract mode on MK2. Maybe they gave me a couple quarters if I was good, right? And you played a couple rounds, got your butt kicked, right? Because I was 11, 12 years old, right? And so that's what that's that nostalgia that we all chase here. Ace of Jack Media Grounds, he's got the toys behind him. That's the nostalgia, right? That we all love is growing up 80s, 90s, early aughts and collecting all these things. So you guys don't know all that. So, I got the cabinet, and my daughter, this is before my son was born. She was 2 at the time. And she just sat on my lap and had a blast moving the joysticks and stuff. I'm like, this could be really cool if we had a couple of these things. There's no fighting then. There's no hey, and then obviously when my son was born, that the fighting commenced and stuff. So I'm like, what if we just had a room of these? Everybody gets their own cabinet. It's like a real arcade. Everybody does their own thing. Then we could play together. We could cross play because they have it. So I'm like, dude, that would be sick. And that's how it kind of evolved. So the arcade kind of took off from there. And then I fell in love with retro gaming, and with Arcade 1-Up, and much like you guys would know. I never played Golden Axe when I'm 39, guys. I never played Golden Axe, but I discovered that through Arcade 1-Up, I'm like, this is an incredible beat 'em up, for its time, playing the Revenge of Death Adder, playing Shinobi. I never played those games. I played, the Capcom fighters, the Street Fighters, Coda. We're actually working on a Children of the Atom mod here. I don't know if I put that in the chat too.
Yeah.
Having fun talking.
Cool.
But that's how this all kind of evolved and took off. And then we started doing YouTube, like between you and me, guys, I could walk away from YouTube tonight, and be totally happy just being with my family, modding, enjoying our home arcade and stuff. But we do this kind of to bring our home arcade to you guys and sharing the passion and the love interest with everybody else in the community.
That's cool.
This is cool, but here's the problem. Is this your arcade behind you?
Yeah.
So I don't see a claw machine.
No, not yet. Not yet. So this is the big debate, right?
There's no debate.
So you're saying it's got to be, I got to go all in on the
claw machine? Is that Ms. Pac-Man behind you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so jettison that outside. Claw machine front and center.
So here's the thing. My kids would go bonkers over the claw machine. They do in real life. Like when we go to the arcades, it's crazy. My daughter is going to be 5 this Sunday. Unbelievable how fast the time flies, right? And she will literally come to me and say, "Daddy, can we go to the arcade?" Like, somebody's got to be doing something right around here, right? Now I want her to get into sports and other things, right? but I think it's really cool that she actually loves these things. My son loves these things. My son's favorite game is the Fast and the Furious. He always pulls up a chair, starts racing with it, and it's great how like it automatically takes off without hitting the pedals. They have like a kid mode,
Yeah.
and so he just gets a kick out of that. Like it's great. Like everybody enjoys it. I don't know how anybody can hate any of these things or this hobby. It's unbelievable. And so when we get out to the arcades, that's again when the fighting pursues, right? Because they want to spend billions of dollars on claw machines. It's like, guys, I got a 10 here, and that was way more than what my parents gave me, and you already like bleed me dry the first 30 seconds. But if we got one of those claw machines, filled it up with the duckies, maybe some candy, right? I think they would go bonkers over it. It's just, I don't know about the fighting though.
Here's
That's
what
the
you
only thing that's holding
really
me up
do.
is the fighting. Like are they gonna just like beat each other up over it to try to take a turn?
Here's what
It
you really
doesn't
do.
matter.
With the claw
You just
machine.
need one.
So okay, so that's the other thing
You
too.
get
So-
you get the balls that open up. You put like chores in the ball.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
so
and
the
then
kid
in one in every 25, it's got like some Tootsie Rolls or something.
I
in
almost
there.
think it's got to go in reverse. I got to say, guys, if you pick up your room, you can go play the claw machine.
No.
Because,
Ace
like-
Jax is onto something here. We make a lottery thing where 20% of it is full of chores. No, more. I'm sorry, 20% of it's full of like candy or something.
Oh, you have
and
you have an
80%
outlet
is
out?
chores.
Yeah.
You
And then
need some
20 years
electrical
later,
work done, or we'll just go ahead and put that in there.
That's right. As a matter of fact, I do think that you should use the kids to mess around with the electricity, because if somebody's going to get shocked, they can survive it.
Yeah,
You said
right.
you're
Some forks
39.
and fingers
Your
in there,
odds are
yeah.
not so good. Yeah.
No,
So
I'm getting up there.
I think you take the red, and I think you take the green, and we go ahead and unplug one
Crisscross
of them.
them, yeah.
Yeah, and see what happens. And then if they can do it, then you can do it after. Yeah,
The claw machine looks fun, and I honestly wish at this point, like companies like Arcade One Up, whatever, who comes out with stuff, actually came out with some hardcore titles that we love and adore back, like a Tekken, right? How cool would that be to have? But so now we're at this point where it's like, oh man, guys, I'll get this photo booth or I'll get this claw machine. It's like, so it's kind of like you got to look at it positively. Like my kids would enjoy that, guys. I think we can make that happen. I recently did a stream and it was kind of divided 50-50. Like, should we mod another cabinet in the NFL Blitz and bring that back to the Cornercade? Because we used to have it and I love that game. Absolutely love that game. Or should we get a claw machine? It was kind of split down the line 50-50. So it's in the works. We'll see what happens. I know it kind of sold out, came back. We'll just see what happens. Let's just say a certain company and their new media team I got an email. Let's just say that. That's all I'm going to say right now. I got an email from that company and it's done through AI now. So instead of a select, like they used to have Travis MCP back in the day, kind of pick who gets free cabinets, who does what, who goes on what show, right? Well, now they're like, well, instead of hiring somebody, let's just have AI do it. AI does everything now, right, guys? Literally, it's insane. It's crazy. It's way over my head, and I'm only 39, right? So they had this AI reach out. So it's very interesting because I talked to some other YouTubers to see if this was real or not, and it looks like it's real, but the program's on pause. So I don't know if you guys noticed, there's been a big push on YouTube for that said claw machine. A bunch of YouTubers are getting these for review, getting affiliate link codes and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of happens in the future. We'll don't want to divulge too much, but we'll see. I don't want to go buying one just yet if I can, if one's going to get sent to me or something.
Yeah.
So we'll just put the brakes on that. I've been modding stuff around the arcade. If any of you guys, okay, so we talked about Ace Jax. You had some arcade one-ups. Do you guys have any home arcades or anything? Or you guys want any toys, console gaming? What's your deal?
Dathan has NBA Jam.
I bought NBA Jam Sunday, and I got what is it? Mortal Kombat 2, Marvel Superheroes, and then Pandora Box 5 Ninja Turtle cabinet here. Bartop.
And you
Awesome,
used to
that's
have
cool.
Whirlwind, and you used to have actual.
I used to
Ninja
have
too.
2 pinball machines, but I sold those.
Oh,
and I
okay,
used to have
okay.
Mortal Kombat and a Neo Geo 4-slot. Is that what it was?
I'm getting that itch where it's like if we had a house in a basement, 100%, my wife and I would restore cabinets. Like we're talking sanding, everything, rewiring the whole shebang, and have like real arcades. Because I was telling them like how cool would it be to own a piece of history? Like this is not a toy. Like this is history that was in an arcade somewhere on this world, right? And there's only a certain amount of these things made. And a
Mhm.
certain amount of these things still in circulation. Like, you know, if you had your Centipede, your Tempest, like you can go literally down line. It could be here forever naming just banger at title after Hall of Fame title. You know, it'd be so cool to have even like 15 of them, right? Just working in your arcade. Your kids are grown up now. Maybe they're 12, 20 years old. They're like, Dad, what is this stuff? You need to teach them. You're like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I want to have my friends come over, play them, and just kind of pass down that like retro nostalgia vibe like to the future, because everybody can do virtual reality, everybody can do AI, everybody can do all this futuristic stuff, right? But it's cool to me, at least it's more niche, to just kick it old school and
Mhm.
have
Yeah,
fun
but
playing
we
a beat
need
'em up and fighting.
we need to get Danny to play this game.
Oh God! So here's my 2 cents real quick. So I was watching Maximilian dude play Doom, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
it just plays so fast. Like, I remember playing Doom back in the day,
Mhm.
and it was more slow. It scared the shit out of me, if I can say that on the show. Like, literally, like right, like you would piss your pants. Like, I would not play that alone. Like, you gotta be kidding me, right? And now this just looks like I'm playing Halo, hack and slash, just going. That's just my vibes that I get from this. I haven't played this yet. The menu music that I heard like hits so damn hard that like it should not be. It's like illegal, right? Like, that song goes in. It reminds me of there's a fighting game, Dead or Alive, like 6. The menu music for that is incredible. You guys can actually play that on the show. You won't get like copy fringe or whatever. I did that all the time. We were listening to menu music, fighting game menu music on a stream one time, and it's some of these games are so cool. But did you guys own this? Do you play it? I don't have a console, or anything like that.
Yeah, we're playing it.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are playing.
The game is awesome. So,
But
Danny,
that's
like
scary.
I had
like, this
some of the
isn't scary
same.
to me,
I bought a whole bunch of arcade 1-ups, but then that got me into console gaming again. So like, I want to play like the old and the new. So that's where I'm at. Like, it's all good to me. Like,
Yeah.
just find the
There's-
good games. And
There's no right or wrong answer. I think
yeah.
I think I mainly just retro gaming. Just it gave me something different, because I've console game my whole life. We played the Call of Duties, we played the Maddens. It's the same thing over and over, and it's just kind of cool to kick it old school. At least that's in the vibe that I'm in right now. Look, I'm throwing you guys off. Look, I'm like the odd box out right now. Look at this. Like, that's the whole.
I'm
vibe
trying
is
to figure
running.
out how to do
You're trying to
it.
get like a good, yeah. But then
See,
you're
I'm
not
gone.
there. You're
I'm
not there.
gone.
So that
You
doesn't
and
work.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It's like Hollywood Squares or something, right? But I think this whole hobby is cool. It's you guys are talking. Do I own a Star Wars? I've owned every arcade 1-up at one point or another. I've owned I think 65 complete total through me buying and reselling and modding and doing all that stuff.
65?
Oh yeah, easy, dude. If you were to count them all, 100%. There's no way.
Wow.
But a lot of people think I just blow my money on these 1-ups and my kids are left outside kind of thing, to starve. And it's dude, you guys know that I make money off of this. So I'll buy it for 400, mod it, sell it for 450. Buy it for 400, mod it, don't do anything to it or whatever, sell it for 400. Like it's a constant wave of I'm not really taking a loss here. So the investment that was always made, it was always made, and it's never really gone anywhere. So that's it's funny to hear.
How much do you think you could if you mod an NBA Jam, how much do you think, and make it look really nice, how much do you think you could sell it for?
Well, with NBA Jam, it came like that. It's already reached its peak. The form factor.
I wouldn't change a thing. I would
Yeah,
leave it the way it is.
Exactly. It's already kind of reached where it needs to be. So here, take Golden Axe, for example. You guys remember the Golden Axe cab that originally came out? It had the swan design, the riser, no coin door. The marquee was washed out. The speaker stinked. There was no speaker grill covers. I mean, we can go on and on, right? It was a 4-player deck. I kind of wanted to shrink it down to a 2-player. Well, you guys saw the picture of the Golden Axe. That's how it should have been made, right? So that's a significant improvement. So I looked at that. I looked at games that never got that deluxe refresh. And I was like totally. We have a Pac-Man Cabaret cabinet, that new one that came out, right? I want to make that into a Frogger Deluxe, a beautiful marquee, how it was supposed to be done, the wood grain, everything, right? That'd be really, really cool. So that's where I kind of got the idea of taking old games and making them new again, getting that deluxe refresh. So that's how going down the list of what could I do. I'm not really handy, to be honest with you, with like pies and stuff like that, putting games on a pie and that kind of modding. I don't know how to get ROMs. So I just take the arcade 1-up PCB and encoder board and I swap them into the new guy. And it's been really fun to kind of see the evolution of these new cabinets. So like this one, it's all blacked out right now because it's not plugged in. We were doing we're messing around with X-Men 97. We're gonna make that into a Children of the Atom. It's one of my favorite games on that cabinet. So it's fun. It's fun. It's just fun for us, you know. It's about having fun retro gaming, right?
Yeah,
You guys are
He's Raj
speechless.
Gamer.
you know, I've always been a console gamer. My mom, when we were kids, went out and rented a Dreamcast, no, a Genesis, Sega Genesis, and that's where it kind of all started. Of course, my dad wasn't happy she did that because then we wanted to own like all these consoles. But every generation, I've always gone out and bought every single console. So I've had Dreamcast, I've had PlayStation 2, I've had the Xbox.
Did you get a
every year.
Jaguar?
You know, I didn't know about the Jaguar at the time, so that was one of those, because you got to remember that was during a time where the internet wasn't like as prevalent, and so it was based on whatever advertising we saw from Toys R Us, you know. And I think N64 was my big one that I saw through Toys R Us advertising.
My introduction to the Atari Jaguar was I was buying at Toys R Us. I was buying Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge, and it was at Toys R Us where you had to go get the little card and you had to take it up to the front, and then they would give you games. So I'm walking up to the counter with my $15 because that's how much it was. It was on sale, $15.
Wow.
And the guy that was next to me with his dad and this kid, he's putting down $600 with a big box of an Atari Jaguar. That's how I knew that was my introduction to the system right there. So I was buying a $15 game and he's getting a $600 Atari Jaguar. That was good times. Not really, but it's good times.
I didn't know anyone, Ichabod Crane, I didn't know anyone else that had a Jaguar either.
Yeah.
Not me neither.
But I see them all the time now when I go to game conventions. All the time.
Wow.
And I think that's the first time I've ever seen a Jaguar is at one of those retro gaming conventions.
All the time. Games, controllers, every time.
My younger brother and dad owned a video game store for a few years before they went out of business, but that was the first time I ever got to experience a Virtual Boy was at their store. Someone traded one in, but they never saw a Jaguar come in there.
I think back to Cornercade though, like I think we got an itch for video games, but like you're like an extreme like you got an extreme addiction, and I love it. You know, it's like you're really into this one.
You said you were like in bed getting ready to sleep, and you came on here and you went from like 0 to 1,000.
100%, guys. I was with so little disclosure. My son came and got me, kind of wet the bed a little bit. It happens when you're 3, you know.
Sure.
So I changed him up real nice, and then he went in bed. So they got like a routine now. They're in that phase, and I don't know who has kids here or anything, but they're in that phase where they routinely, we put them to bed, but then they get out and come sleep with us for the rest of the night. And you're stuck with like back problems and your arm is cramped because you got like a sliver of the bed that you're sleeping on. And I'm not a small dude. Like I'm 6 foot, 250, like, and I'm sitting there like on a toothpick size, and I wake up like I'm 68 because I can't move. But that's their new routine. So I got him all settled in. I was laying in bed with the phone, watching you guys, and I'm like, yeah, it's go time. I'm gonna come on the channel, support crew right here. This is the late night show, man. You guys are going late.
The X-Men Children of the Atom. I think that's a good one for you to mod, because that's like one I think Arcade One Up left on the table of ones they probably could have made as a standalone cabinet, but they didn't. They included it with some of the other games.
They did the X-Men 97, and I get like the collab thing, and this is where the direction of Arcade One Up seems to just get lost, because there's just a bunch of 22-year-olds running the company. And it's like it's really just kind of sad. They had a golden opportunity, and they Bill Bucknered it right through their legs, and then the rest was history. But like I was telling my wife this, right? All these games, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel superheroes, Marvel's Capcom 2, you literally go down the line, right? You talk about Alpha 3, Third Strike, Alpha 2. My whole arcade would literally be all Dynamo Fighters. And I'm like, if I really wanted a mod, I was like, I got to have some variety, and I got to keep Time Crisis in there for a shooter. I got to have a driver, So I jokingly said like, "Oh my god, like the whole arcade would just be dynamos," you know. And I was like, "That's if I was modding." So I got to kind of get out of that realm of just straight fighters all the time. Absolutely love what like the Capcom coming out with these, you know, SNK, these fighting collections. It's literally making me want to buy a Switch too. Like these things are absolutely unbelievable. They got all the cool games on there. It looks super fun. I would love to kind of configure my area out so I can like put a Switch on my desk here and then live stream some gameplay of me playing these games, you know, because I think I'm entertaining enough to keep the conversation going by myself for hours I play a game, right? So that would be super cool, but I haven't figured out yet. The Elgato capture card, it's all new to me. I think I'm one cable away from making it work. So
Did you ever play Power Stone back in the day? Are you a Power Stone player?
Oh my god! So we were talking about consoles. I think N64 when I was in high school, we would stay up nonstop, guys. Like we would not sleep. It would be 007 James Bond for 40 hours straight. We play Mario Kart, Mario Party, And then I had a Super Nintendo when I was a real little kid, and that's kind of how I got started into this. Had a Dreamcast, and I didn't realize up until I saw Power Stone what that game was when I was a kid. When I saw the trailer, I pretended it was like wrestling because I was throwing chairs, breaking through tables. It was a fighting game, right? And then I was like, holy crap, that's the game that I spent like 12 hours a day playing. Was Power Stone 1 and 2. Like I like it totally was like it was like deja vu, right?
Nice.
You had like goosebumps, and you're like, holy cow, I just like remembered some of my childhood right now, like instantly. So that was super cool seeing that on there. You don't know some of the stuff until like you see it again. It's like a refresh in the history. It's crazy, but yeah. As far as like model one-ups, I the Children of the Atom was a cool little one because again that's one of the games that came out on that system.
Is that done? Did you already make a video on that? I missed it.
So it's half done. So for most of these cabinets, how they come, the buttons are absolute garbage. So you kind of have to like swap them out. So we kind of do like one of the best. We do IL buttons with cherry switches, and it's such a big difference, guys. I know it's like $60 to do it, for a fighter that has those buttons. It's such a worthy investment. It just takes it one step closer of being just a more realistic cabinet, right? It's literally day and night. And so we did the buttons already on it, and I swapped the marquee in. And then what I'm doing is kind of like revisiting these cabinets. So like, there's not a lot going on right now as far as like new releases or anything. So I ordered something from Joe Sabos. If you guys know him, he's big and just like providing all the graphics and everything. So I got the side art for that. And the side art, guys, this was in a Dynamo cab, and Arcade 1-Up released that in like a Midway cab. So it's a little bit different. So we black vinyl the whole side like a Dynamo would be, and then we're just gonna put a sticker of Magneto that says Children of the Atom. That was like the side art. They were all conversion kits. So the whole cabinet was all conversion kits for all these games. They were swapped in, like Golden Axe was kind of too. So,
Danny, all right, another question for you, and then we'll go on to something else. If you hadn't gotten addicted to Arcade 1-Up like you did, what would your hobby be? Like that, where would you be spending your time, your money? Have you ever thought about that? Like, would you be buying toys? Would you be?
That's a great question. Maybe now that I have a son and daughter, I got one each. That are mine fully from the ground up kind of thing. So maybe it would be like hey, I teach them. We get to the wrestling action figures, right? Because I had a ton of those when I was a kid. I had the Turtles. I had GI Joe. I mean, come on, we were living in the golden era of this stuff. There's a reason why they still produce this stuff today. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason for it. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe we watch more sports. I know my kids love football. We're big Bears fans here, so everybody's got a jersey. It's been rough.
Well, what's the whole thing about the quarterbacks don't even want to get drafted by the Bears or whatever?
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, that's got to definitely change the narrative there. Well, hopefully Ben Johnson will change that around. Like that's we always say that every year. Like today, this year's the year, right? But we'll see. I'm not playing it, but it was so fun. My son, my son grabbed his jersey the other day. They were playing dress up, right? Like he'll come out as a firefighter. My daughter will dress up as Batman. They got all these cool costumes, right? And so he came out just wearing his Brandon Marshall jersey. I got him like an older player, doesn't play anymore. It was like $3, right? They're going to grow out of them so fast that it doesn't. At this point, why would you spend $60 on a jersey? So he was wearing that, and then he's like, "Dad, put football." And he wanted to watch football on his phone. I was like, "Okay, that was an odd request." So I showed him the Bears 2024 highlights, and I don't know how many highlights are in there, but he took the phone and he walked away with it. I was like, "That's great." So we're starting a tradition every Sunday to sit down. It's kind of hard to do that with baseball. There's 160,
A lot of games.
82 games. Yeah. So that's a little bit harder to do. Basketball, same kind of just hockey. I'm a huge hockey fan, but I think those are gradual steps. I think we start with football. It's every Sunday tradition. Mom makes the snacks. We got stuff going on. It's just more of a family gathering. But I think maybe that's what I don't know. That's a good question because you don't know. Maybe you get a council.
I feel like you've got one of those addictive personalities. Like you're kind of like us a little bit. Like we're always buying stuff. Like I always say, like. New Year's resolution for myself, like I'm gonna save some money this year. You know what?
That is such bullshit.
What's
that?
I'm gonna save money this year. I'm not gonna buy anything, and it never freaking works out. Like there's always something. Like I feel like when I've got money in my wallet, there's always something that comes up. Like, oh shit, I gotta buy that. Always.
And I don't know. This hobby has really just changed a lot for me. I honestly I got back into the arcades. We go to real arcades. It's just fun. There's something about the vibe that is unmatched. I mean, it's unmatched. Like coming up to an arcade cabinet, hitting the sticks and the buttons. It's just a different feeling. Even like a pinball. It's just a different feeling. You're surrounded by all the attract modes. My kids generally love it. My wife loves it. It's really a cool family affair. It'd be one thing if it was just me in my man cave, right? But the fact that my kids took to it so much and my wife absolutely loves it, it just makes me love it that much more because we can spend more family quality time together. It would be nice to have discovered this before we had kids because me and my wife could have time. Like me and my wife met each other. Well, it's like me and my wife met each other and immediately had kids. Yeah, that would just oh god, it's just exhausting.
So I have a question for you. I have a question. Say this is just I don't like to play the what if game, but let's just play the what if game. What if you went to your favorite arcade? It's your most favorite arcade. You go to it and you walk in there and you're like, wait a minute, where's the quarter machine? And you have to buy a card and you have to swipe the card to play the game. No. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't like I'm not I kind of hate the new age arcades. It's all retro for me. And the card I've taken my kids to Dave & Buster's, right? And it's kind of hard for them to play those games, to be quite honest. You go to a retro arcade, they got the stools that the kids can bring on those mini stools, and they can get on the stool, they can play the game. This one, they're they're axe throwing. I don't know what the hell the other games are. It's just weird. Even the Pac-Man game, it's the giant Pac-Man on an LED board. It's no, this is just what is this? I absolutely hate it. I've been around one with the kids, and it's not cheap, guys. You can go to a retro arcade. I can slap down $20 per person. Kids are usually free, and it's $40 total. These places round one, for example. Do you guys have that by you at all?
No.
There's one in not too far, Eric, from where we're at.
Really?
In Vancouver. One in Vancouver. There's one in Vancouver. There's one in Eugene.
Okay, maybe in the Clackamas or in the mall up there in Vancouver Mall. Yeah.
And this one's in a mall, so it might be a mall thing. I don't know. It's just got a bowling alley. I mean, it was literally $120 just to get one lane. And I was like, I got a family of 4 here. Are you kidding me? And that was just the bowling part. That wasn't getting food. That wasn't playing any of the claw machines. I mean, they got literally 600 claw machines. I'm not even kidding you. I took pictures, showed on the show. It's literally aisle by. And so a lot of these are the VR, and I'll probably have to adapt at some point, but it doesn't do anything for me. Playing the Transformers, I do like the Jurassic Park was fun, the shooter, because my kids got a big blast out of holding the gun, and it's retro. It's what I was born on, and it's I want to teach that to my kids and kind of pass that down, let them make their own decision, kind of thing. Growing.
So let me ask you a question there, Danny. I'm a console guy mostly, but I've got my eye on, I wasn't kidding about that, Star Trek environmental original Sega 1983, I think it was.
Oh, Eric, did you see they're going to make a Star Trek Christmas ornament of that?
Yeah, I did.
Did I send you the link to that?
I've seen it.
I got to get you that.
It's way in the East Coast. Broken. So that's project number one that's on my mind. And project number two is in my eBay shopping cart, there's like 12 different parts to the original Disc of Tron environmental. But I'd have to make the cabinet itself, put all the pieces together, wire it up. Like, how feasible would do you think that would be for you to do, who have experience with restoring newer one-up versions of these things?
So the one-up version of these things are like, it's like a different ball game.
It is,
I actually,
yeah, it
I
is.
actually know a guy now. His name is G.I. Joel that could actually build you that cabinet. So I don't know if you guys heard the buzz that's going on in the community. It's kind of breaking news here, but he has unveiled his demo unit of his Nintendo cab, 3/4 scale Nintendo cab, the exact shape, cut, everything, right? And he's going to be able to do any cab. So none of us in the home arcade community have an Afterburner 3/4 scale, right? Well, G.I. Joel could do that now. So there's going to be a lot of cool cabinets that he'll be able to do. So let's say you wanted whatever measurements and specs, right? You give it to him. He can cut all the wood for you, send it. The shell would probably be anywhere from $300 to $500, right?
Mhm.
And then you could do whatever you want with it. At that, you can wire it. You drill everything in. You're good to go. At that point, we talked about, I've seen like on a Big Blue arcade one up a CRT in there. We were talking before I came on here. It was a 19-inch.
Yep.
It was a slim CRT, but it fit in there. And my God, that thing looked gorgeous. I mean, Garage Gamer, what we're talking, you could probably look it up on YouTube. If you go to like Big Blue Arcade 1-Up CRT or something, you should find it. The guy did a quick video of it. It looks phenomenal. It looks like a real arcade. Once you get that CRT in there, it changes the game. And so, and I mean, yeah, that anything is possible. I fall back on my two best friends in the arcade space. I love everybody. Everybody's so supportive, like J-Rod, Joe Cade, Meatball Saucy. I'm just looking at the chat here.
Are you a fan of Zohar? Are you guys friends? You and Zohar?
No, Zohar's a little too much. So he's a little. We'll just leave it there. He's a little too much.
Okay.
So what was I saying? So Nick Madsen, he actually is the general manager at Starcade Arcade up in Minnesota. If you guys want to pull up another tab, look at it. That's a beautiful arcade. I mean, it is breathtaking. It's like
I need to get Nick on the show.
Nick is such a nice guy too. Like I said, there's a lot of cool people in this community. There's a lot of people that are just too much, and I only surround myself with good people. Then there's
him and I used to do Instagram Live together before I was on YouTube, really. So.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he's so knowledgeable. Like that's the guy you need to go to. And then Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, he's an awesome dude. He's actually going to open up his own arcade as well. He's got 18 Big Blues. He's got a whole bunch of real arcades. You guys know the Galloping Ghost arcade, right?
Yep.
Yeah, in Chicago.
World's largest arcade. Low fun fact here: Ezekiel has more Big Blue cabinets than the Galloping Ghost arcade. That's incredible because they have every single arcade. So that's like a fun little fact. But yeah, these guys are like the restoration guys. I can do everything that's like one-up related. So like if we were talking about, hey, let's switch out the joysticks. Oh, that's easy. This is what you got to do for it. You got to cut this. You got to do that. You got to modify this. Now, if we're talking like a real arcade, like I'm not going to know how to cap a CRT. I'm not going to know any of that. Yeah. Like I can watch videos on that. And that's what really got me. A Time Rift Arcade. These guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, 8-bit guy, right?
Yep. So they have like a couple different YouTubers, and then they're in that. Super cool guys. But I'm like, dude. I looked at my wife. I'm like, we could do this. We go get a belt sander. We get some paint. We get the graphics. Like we could do this, dude. They really inspire you to be able to do some of this restoration projects. But a lot of it's trial and error, and a lot of it's, as far as the electrical work, that's where you got to get it, down. But, a lot of it is very, very possible. So for what you want to do, it is very, very possible to do that. It's not like, oh, you got no chance. See you later. I mean, literally, I could give you G.I. Joel's information.
Right.
He could cut you the damn thing, and if you have all the internals, you go order the graphics from Zabos or one of these, shops, because these shops that do this arcade one-up stuff. Yeah, their main focus is arcade stuff, like real arcade.
I've got the CAD, specs for the
beautiful
cabinet, and I've got a bead on the the vinyl decals for the sides and the T molding for the. I just need motivation. encouraged.
That's what a lot of us need. It's not easy feat, you know. You got to dedicate time, and it's a lot of time to put this together. But yeah, it's very possible that your dreams could become a reality. Now, I'm not a
because
Trekkie. I'm
the
a
thing
Star
is,
Wars
like,
guy myself. So
the one up holds almost no, like, it's fun to play them at, like, you know, garage gamers garage, but I would never want to buy one, because for me, having something like the authentic experience is super important to me. So having an original cabinet, or building a cabinet that is to the specs of the original, is something that does appeal to me, but not the one up stuff, for
What
whatever
if
reason.
like a one up, but it's running an arcade board? Like maybe it's not a one up at that point, but if it's running like the original arcade
No, couldn't do it.
guts,
Couldn't do it.
can do it. Okay.
Yeah, because I like, even I mean, it was really fun to play your Star Wars, but even that yoke, that flight yoke, doesn't feel exactly the way I want it to feel. You know, it doesn't feel like my youth.
Yeah. Well, you could. I think you
tell
can get the upgraded yoke. There's an upgraded yoke. GRS did or whatever.
I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. I will say this real quick. I'll say, when you got these guys behind me, right? And you play them. We play them all the time. We literally play this daily, guys.
Mhm.
And it makes going to the arcade that much more special. Because you go into the arcade, you're like, holy shit, there's the Star Wars. I got one of these. And you
Mhm.
get to play the full size. And, you know, these kind of satisfy what they're supposed to do. They're not a
Sure.
replace. Like, it makes going to the arcade, I think, just that much more special when you see a real Dynamo. And you're like, I want to play around a Street Fighter on that, because I have the toy one at home. And it does the job for
Mhm.
being in a smaller room. You know, this room's not very big at all. And then you go to a real arcade and you're like, oh, dude, this is awesome. It makes me want to go to the arcade. Because if I had the real arcade at my arcade, I'm kind of just looking at it as like, okay, let me play some different games that are down at the arcade. But it might not, I don't know. You know, I haven't been there yet. And I think, like I said, this hobby might evolve, you know, if we get a house and a nice big basement, to getting real full-size cabinets. You know, my wife already said the arcade carpet is a guarantee. She's not compromising on that. So we'd have black lights, arcade carpet. It'd be really, really cool. There's
that
some
was
setups on YouTube that are insane.
That was one of my questions too. Like, where do you see your home arcade going to be in 5-10 years? Like,
that's up to just.
that's
a lot. It's up to the family, the kids, as they grow,
Yeah.
when they're in school. Because once the kids go to school, right now I'm Mr. Mom. I'm staying home because, you know, childcare, guys, is like $3,000 a month. It is like absolutely absurd. I don't know who's paying that bill. I seriously don't. I don't even know how these places are in business, because who's paying it? Even if I had unlimited amounts of money, $3,000 a month is still a dumb purchase. It was almost like that Nightcrawler that you wanted to get for $300. Like, out of your mind?
Oh,
$300 for Nightcrawler?
No, this is the thing. Let's go on to a next topic here. We can Chris.
Yeah,
Chris
you triggered
was,
him, Mumm-Ra. Here we go.
Yeah, actually, and Chris, you weren't even saying it right. Let me pull it up. Are you a Thundercats fan, Danny? Let's see.
I mean, I've seen it back in the day, but I mean, I don't even know. I could get 1,000 guesses right now, and I wouldn't be able to get this guy's name.
Well, Chris was saying his name, but he was saying it wrong. It was like kind of freaking me out. What were you saying his name was?
I was calling him Mumm-Ra.
It's Mumm-Ra. Like,
yeah, but yeah, it's Mumm-Ra.
Anyway, the guy looks.
But yeah,
he looks really good.
Yeah, this is the first Mondo toy where I'm just like, God, I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. And then of course we had a dryer outlet that caught up on fire this last week, and then our HVAC unit decided to go up in smoke. So we've got like $2,000 going out the window in the next 2 weeks. He's
not sold out, so it's like a month-long pre-order or whatever. It's till I think it's till the end of next month you can buy him, but retail price is hold your breath, Danny, $280, and then they add another $20 for tariffs.
See,
35.
So let me
and then more shipping, and then that's not even including sales tax.
So you're at 350, 360. I mean, guys, look literally. And if I can get my big head out of the way here, like, look at the Miss Pac-Man cabinet I got was $240.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, so when you get to that, it's like I could get this little figure, or I get just a full size, 3/4 scale. It's not even close, right? It's not even. But again, I'm not a toy collector. I do think I do think the new wave toys arcades, like those small things, are cool, but those are even pricey too. We're talking, $250, $200. It's like, for that price, I will just, get another $100 and get a 1-up. So it's hard to do. It's hard to spend that money.
See, I'm gonna have to go down and work on the street in order to get more money to do this.
Chris, I want you to get this because, and then I won't be the only one on the stream that's been buying these. So I don't know.
I've gotten Mondo vinyls because I've gotten back into vinyls. I've got a record player and I listen to them when I'm working. So Mondo makes great vinyls.
Danny, did you watch cartoons or whatever when you were a kid? Look at that. Look at the details. On
$280.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks cool, but it's crazy. I was actually, how YouTube just kind of recommends stuff to you, right? I'm scrolling through the feed, and I stumble upon these guys that are literally like us right now, right? And they're talking about Star Wars toys, right? And they're showing all the cool gets. They call them gets that they get. I don't know, that's a thing, whatever. But so they were showing off their figures. I'm like, man, these figures look incredible, right? But then they're talking about the price points and stuff. I'm like, this is insanity. But somebody would look at me and say, that is insane. You have a whole room of an arcade, So it's all on what you like. Like if Garage Gamer, you guys know CT Jason, Home Arcade guy, like Mr. Home Arcade is his name too.
Oh yeah.
All the He-Man
used to
stuff.
be really into Home Arcade. Now he's into He-Man toys.
So who makes the He-Man toys? Is it Hasbro?
Mattel.
So Mattel sends him all the latest and greatest immediately, right? That's all free.
He's awesome.
So he does great content, and it's well deserved. Because he does awesome stop motion stuff with these things, and that's his jam. He has a whole arcade, but he's got 3 rooms filled with He-Man, and they're all propped up on mountains, and there's backgrounds and play fields, and it's insane. So you love what you love, and you enjoy what you enjoy. That's the great thing about life. Live it, because we're not along this ride for too long. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Speak for yourself. I'm having my brain put in a robot. I'm gonna live forever.
The way my kids are beating me down, I'm already bald. I had a full head of hair 3 years ago, dude. Oh my god, I got minutes left here. My god, these kids they got my energy, and that's part of the problem. They're a younger version of me to a T, and it's man, oh man, they wear out dad real fast.
Oh, I love this face. This face on this guy looks really cool.
Why don't you like it so much? Why don't you just buy the goddamn thing?
Well, I'm not a Thundercat.
He's got to save his money for Snarf.
Yeah. Well, that's Chris. Snarf already came out. He was with Lion-O apparently.
No, they need to give Snarf a proper release. Can't be some sidekick to Lion-O.
Do you guys how do you decide? Is it just hey, I'm a Star Wars guy, I'm just going straight Star Wars? Or is it hey, that figure looks cool, this one looks cool, you're just kind of randomly buying? Or is it hey, you've already dedicated yourself to the whole Thundercats line, this is a no-brainer, automatic, I gotta get it? How do you decide that?
Yeah, it's I think
go ahead. You buy everything, Ryan.
I know.
I think
I got this Lego set. Danny into Legos.
I think that
my kids
some
are.
Of us, when we're kids, we wake up one day and we turn on the TV and we hear somebody yell "Thundercats ho!" and from there on we just pile up.
Yep.
And that's about it, right?
I really enjoyed Thundercats as a kid when it was on.
See,
I know most of my toys though are kind of based on that looks really cool. Because in the 90s, my show was the X-Files. I loved the X-Files. I rewatched it. I still do. But as far as toys go for the X-Files, there really isn't a market, so to speak, for that.
Danny, I know everyone on YouTube says you need to specialize on a certain topic, right? And I hear that all the time. You are you're keyed in on Arcade 1-Up, Home Arcade. And I see other people, one guy was into the Masters of the Universe, He-Man stuff. I don't know if I can single in on one thing, and I don't care how many subscribers I get or whatever. I just want to be me, and I buy a lot of crap. And
so Garage Gamer, you hit it on the head. You have to talk about what you're passionate about. There's a lot of
I'm passionate about a lot of stuff.
Then that's what you talk about.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of content creators that kind of fell off the one-up bandwagon, home arcade bandwagon. It's like maybe that wasn't what they were passionate about. Maybe it was just kind of like a fad that they fell into. I eat, sleep, and breathe home arcade. You know, that
Mhm.
this is what I do. I don't know. I mean, I know other stuff. We could talk about, you know, you want to talk about the Bears game or something. We could I've done that before. We talk about wrestling. That was fun for a little bit. We had some people chime in, like Mike Hawkins and stuff. But it's you talk about what you like. You know, there's no dialogue. There's no set thing. There's no nothing. It's sometimes it's one thing. Sometimes it's another. It just go with the flow, you know. I don't know. That's why I don't talk about the Switch is cool. The Switch 2, you know, a lot of hype around that. But I'm not really that into it. I think the Capcom fighting collections are awesome, and I probably would get a Switch to play Mario Kart with 24 players and to play the Marvel collection. We'll see. You know, we'll see how that.
Well,
cookie
yeah, I was
crumbles.
gonna say the Switch 2 can play those Marvel collections, no problem. So
Yeah. So maybe I'm watching some of it, so we'll see. Maybe I hop into that. I don't know, but
Stop
yeah. Oh,
spending your money on stupid shit.
what was those? There was the biker mice. Does anybody know what was that?
oh,
cartoon
Biker Mike's
called?
from Mars. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I used to watch that, and then I used to watch the
There's
real
toys for that
real.
now.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna do that. And I think that's no brainer, right?
Yeah.
And then I used to watch the real Ghostbusters at like 100. I don't know. Who
Legit.
watch that. Like,
There's good toys for that too.
You
yeah,
have
100
them.
yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, but I've seen those on your show. You were contemplating on which one to get and stuff, and it's like I just.
Oh, I'm getting them all.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I gotta save my money.
Oh, my kids love the Ghostbusters, by the way. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
So
So is
I
mine.
kind of started a tradition of us, and I probably gotta let them do their thing. They did it last year, but I wanted to be Ghostbusters every year for Halloween. And as we would evolve, because you know the Proton Pack isn't cheap, you know, all these accessories. So I have the real movie. You go to there's a website like the Ghostbuster GB fans or something. I got the real replica, the pads, and I got the belt and the gloves, and I'm working on getting the suit. So I have a cool tracksuit thing, flight suit, but it's not like the movie authentic one, right? So I'm working my way up. I want to get the Proton Pack and everything. So my last year was kind of funny, real quick. My son wanted to be Bowser. He's really big into Mario, right? And my daughter was Princess Peach. So we were walking, me and my wife were the Ghostbusters, right? We're playing the Ghostbusters theme and stuff. And so I'm like, uh-oh. And his name's Logan. So I was like, Logan. Like I had to really get his attention because there's like candy, there's kids, it's like crazy, right? And so I'm like, Logan, look who it is. And guess who he saw? He saw Mario. Yeah.
Yep.
It was Mario versus Bowser for Princess Peach live on the street. And it was funny because the kids came up to each other and I about lost it, right? Like my son is he's little mini me. He's so damn cute, right? And so he was like, and then the parents are all laughing because why did my son pick Bowser? Like you be Mario or Luigi or something, right? It was so funny. But yeah, so I wanted to start the tradition. So we got them into Ghostbusters. They love watching the Ghostbuster movies. I hope to kind of get them into the cartoon.
Danny, yeah, my son loves Ghostbusters. He watched a 10-minute clip of all the Ghostbusters movies today. Like he'll fast forward on Apple TV and like find the scene he likes. He'll watch it and then he'll go to the next movie, find another scene with Slimer or whatever, and then he'll go to it. He's been a Ghostbuster at least 3 times for Halloween. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So right now he's going between that and he's really into Jurassic Park. So he goes back and forth. And
there's
he's
a new movie
also
coming out. So
he's like the only kid in his class who's into those movies, which is kind of, I don't know, it puts him like in a corner a little bit, but like I want to support him. So because he's got some retro like movie vibes in him. So yeah.
Did you taunt that kid dressed up as Mario and told him that he was a poor version of Mario if he didn't try jumping on or throwing fireballs at your son?
Yeah, right.
The Temu version.
It was so damn cute. Like kids are adorable. They wear you the hell out, but they're so damn adorable sometimes. Like
they're like my kids are already talking about what they want to be for Halloween, and it's not even
close
August
to that,
yet.
right?
Yeah.
Not even close.
It's crazy.
And it's funny because I'm like, look over there. It's Darth Vader. Because all these people are dressed up and because they know all this, like they've seen all this stuff. So it's just like they're a kid in candy store. It's like everything's exciting. So it's awesome. There was one more cartoon. It was Gargoyles.
Oh,
Is that
gargoyle.
what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
watching
yeah.
there?
Gargoyle.
Hey, there you go.
Yes.
It just came to
Yeah.
me, like all these retro old cartoons, and then
I think that
obviously,
was pretty short lived, if I recall.
yeah, it
correctly.
was, yeah.
Yeah,
And
but it
then
was good quality.
as I grew up, we did Batman the animated series. That was
Awesome.
freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to watch all the same stuff you guys watch. You know, I mean, we all did, right? We all watched the same cool stuff. So, but yeah, I don't have any figures or anything. I don't have any action figures yet. Oh wait, I lied. I got an action figure. Oh my god, I'll go get it real quick.
What'd
I
you
got
get?
one action figure in the cornercade, and it was gifted from me from James Hates Everything. Loves collecting stuff. I'll go get him real quick. Hang
Sure.
on.
There you go.
This is the part of the show where you show off.
It's my little
It's a
pony.
gargoyle.
My little
Don't
pony.
tell.
All right, this is like a hidden Easter egg in the corner cake because you can't see it in the background. But I got a superpowers Guy Gardner.
Nice.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Gotta
Hold
make
on,
it
I lost
big.
You got
Alright,
Ace of
put it
Jack's
back.
Media Grounds.
Yeah, we got Ace of Jack's Media Grounds, the action
I was
figure.
trying to make it bigger. Hold on.
That's okay.
Is that
Yeah,
Guy
that's Guy
Gardner?
Gardner, man. I got him live and in the building, dude. Look at
Oh,
that.
nice. That is.
Now, one thing I
Oh,
will
yeah.
say is that the packaging is coming up, so I think the resale value here is going to be it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
You know,
The whole
I gotta-
thing with McFarlane figures is we don't know. They lost the license to do DC, so the whole thing with that is like we don't know, like how many more of those are they going to make. So that actually might go up in value, Danny. So
dude, I got the Guy Gardner, man. Let's
That's great.
go.
yeah, keep
And
it
did you
in on
guys-
card.
James, a big AI guy. Did you see he did a superpower figure of me? Did you see that one?
I
yet?
think we did. Yeah. That's
He did a
pretty
whole
funny.
show with all the superpower of the YouTubers. It was great. So
Go back. There we go. All
yeah,
right.
I got one. I guess I didn't even realize it. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a toy channel now.
Exactly.
There you go. That's all it takes
Zohar's
is
gonna
one
be
to
Sonya
start off.
Blade.
Yeah, right. And the addiction kicks in from there. James knew what he was doing.
All right. Before we go, it's getting late. I wanted to talk about the Mission Impossible movie. We saw that yesterday. And who else saw that? Was Dathan saw it?
Yep.
All right. What? No spoilers, really, but like I don't know. What are your thoughts here?
I liked it. The movie is 2 hours and I think 48 minutes, but it does
Wow.
not feel like it at all.
Okay.
I felt like it went by really fast. There are a couple parts where there's I think maybe 2 or 3 movies happening at the same time. So you kind of have to focus. You have to pay attention to all the different things that are kind of happening. I thought the stunts were good. I don't think there aren't as many as previous installments of the series.
Well, how old is Tom Cruise now?
He's 61.
61 or 62. But the stunts that he did, they were pretty phenomenal. They were great. And I
He
think
is
maybe
looking older though. Like even though he can do all those stunts, like he's starting to show his age to me.
Dude, Ryan, when you turn 62, we will revisit this conversation.
That's fine. I'm able
I'm
to
gonna
like.
ask you. I'm
he's
gonna
like
ask
a
you
mega
how many
super-
stunts have you done for your
None.
movie
Yeah.
at 62?
I do stunts every day.
But the first maybe 10 minutes of the film, this isn't spoiler, but it's kind of like a retrospect of the whole series from number 1 to now. So that was kind of cool to see all that stuff again.
They do that, but then they also have to retread what was in the first the movie. What I don't know, what do they call
Dead
this? A
Reckoning?
sequel?
Yeah.
But part 1.
Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
You gotta
Mhm.
you gotta assume you watched part 1, but then they also recap it, so you also gotta sit there through that and like.
It's
Oh,
fine. I watched it, but I forgot it, so I need the recap.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but as like if I was gonna grade the movie, I'd probably give it maybe an 8 out of 10. I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Okay. Did you?
I thought it was well
All right,
done.
I'm gonna put
and-
Danny. I don't know if you watch movies at all or whatever, but you probably do. You watch.
You guys want to?
watch-
You guys want to? So you guys want to hear the last movie that me and my wife saw before we had kids? Before we had kids.
Mission
guys.
Impossible.
No, that'd be great, right? It was Toy Story 4 with Forky. That was
Oh,
the
okay.
last movie we saw.
That was the
and-
scary one, wasn't it?
Well, it was a sad one. I mean, Forky's
Yeah.
crashed and he's kicked on the side of the road, and this, that, and the other. So I think though my kids are starting to get to that point, right? My son is 4 months into being 3. My daughter's gonna turn 5 here. I think I might actually see if we can take them to the movie theater to see maybe the new Jurassic Park movie. They love dinosaurs, right? Just hope it's not too scary for them.
I was going to say, I think that they were doing
last.
I think that they were doing this summer a re-release of Poltergeist.
Yeah, I was taking
I was,
The
it's
crying
funny.
game.
It's really funny
Yeah.
that you say that because my son and daughter right now are addicted to watch. So you guys know Peppa Pig, right? Like who doesn't, right?
Sure.
Yes.
So they're watching this. They want to watch the scary Peppa Pig. It's like a scary Peppa Pig Happy Meal. And as a parent, you're looking at this stuff. You just do it so they stop screaming in your face. Because my son gets big mad, guys. He's slamming doors. He gives me the stone cold stunner, and he walks out the room with 2 beers in his hand. Like he's gonna be like an offensive tackle. Like he is gonna be a monster. I'm telling you guys, he's literally to my past my waist, and he's literally just a very old 2. Huge. So I just kind of calm.
You should have them go play for the Chicago Bears.
They need all the help they can get on that line, that offensive line. So, but yeah, so I let him watch it. But sometimes I'll have because he sleeps in bed with us now, so sometimes I'll have nightmares or something. Right? I'm kind of putting 2 and 2 together. But I'm watching this. It's not really scary or anything. But for a 2-year-old, who knows, right? So he might dig the Poltergeist. I don't know. It might not bother him. I don't know. He likes the scary Peppa Pig stuff. So who knows?
You should see how they handle Transformers 1986 movie.
Oh, jeez. That was another one I watched, Transformers. Who didn't, right? That cartoon was dope too. I actually rewatched it. So you guys can watch this on Hasbro. You probably already know this. You guys are the toy experts here. But you can rewatch all of the G.I. Joe. I was watching. Oh my God, my wife was so funny. Real quick, so she was coming home. She's kind of stressed from work. Had these stories to tell, right? And she's like, what are you doing? What do you got going on right now? Man, I just started the first season of Transformers, the old 80s cartoon, And she's like, God, to be a guy, because I literally I'm starting the Transformers cartoon. That was the big what to do, right?
Yeah.
And she was like, just to be a guy, I don't know how you do it. Because women, they get stressed about everything, right?
Sure.
And she's literally, you're in your own little world starting Transformers, and I'm sitting here pulling my hair out because I got to deal with these psychos at work. It's so funny. I was like, what can I say? But I started watching that. I was binge watching a lot of G.I. Joe too, because you can do that on there as well. Probably want to do that for Ghostbusters. Why not relive the past? I put on the Turtles, the old school Turtles for my kids, and they did not like that. Because you can watch that stuff free on if you have a Roku TV, they do this they do this live guide or whatever, and they play all that stuff 24/7 on loops. So I was like, hey, let me we're doing this retro thing anyways. Let me show them the Turtles, right? And they exploded. If you think about it though, the the graphics of the cartoons were a lot different, and I also noticed that it's a lot slower. The story progresses so slow. In the current time that we live in, everything is hyper fast. And Garage Gamer, you were saying, my son only watches the clips of the movies.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I am with sports. I don't watch a whole baseball game, but I watch the highlights. I watch the 10-minute.
Exactly. It's the Sports
that's
Center
how all
shit.
these kids are. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say
crazy.
the average attention span over the past 20 years has shrunk from 1:30 to 40 seconds. Or something.
Yeah. He tunes out when they have the dialogue or whatever, or the whole anything when Bill Murray's talking to Dan Aykroyd, the long walks or whatever. He tunes that out. He just wants to go right to where they're finding Slimer or they're driving the Ecto 1 or that kind of.
I'm telling you, every time that Ecto 1 puts that air, I literally get goosebumps every time. Dude. Every time. It's what is it about that when they're busting that sumbitch out and they're driving that thing aggressively and they got the music going and the sirens? I'm even talking about them getting goosebumps. There's something about that. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just love Ghostbusters and whooping ass, but I don't know. It's just those vibes are so cool. But yeah, it's the average attention span. That's probably why when we put on shorts on YouTube, they get a lot more views.
Sure,
They get a lot more traction. Like your live show, like here's an example. I'll do a corner cage, just showing the room like this, right?
Mhm.
I'll put some trendy song that it's the most trendy song on the shorts, right? That'll get easily 1.4K views in a heartbeat. I'll go live with all this entertaining energy that I have and bring the roof up for 2 hours and make like 500 views, right?
Sure.
It's so interesting to see because people just drop off, or they're like not interested in watching a 2-hour show about just talking, walking, and doing our thing. So it's just interesting.
Zohar, they're going to be making a bloody Turtles movie. They're going to be making what is it
The
called?
Last Ronin.
The Last Ronin.
Yeah, they're going to be making a Last
Rated
Ronin
R.
movie next year, or maybe they're filming it right now. But anyway, that's something that I do admit, like, there's way too many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shit everywhere right now. I feel like it's oversaturated. But if they do The Last Ronin well, that will have blood that you're looking for. So
yeah, do you guys have any of
put a
those
pen on
figures
that.
at all? They have figures of those.
I have seen them, but like I'm at the point like I see anything Turtles, I don't want it anymore. It's like I feel like it's too overdone.
Yeah, I mean, a hot take.
Yeah.
I think the best movies were the two from the '90s, like that.
The original,
yeah, those are the best. Like
those are the best.
This new stuff. It's like it's like you had to get people in the real costumes, and it had a story, and there was a Foot Clan. Like it was cool. Like
I did enjoy Shredder's Revenge, though. You played that, right?
Yeah, that was something cool, and that's something that like I talked about getting like an At Games Legends, what is it called, ALU. Because it would be cool to have like that widescreen to put a switch on to play Shredder's Revenge, Cobra Kai, the new G.I. Joe beat 'em up, like all these cool games, like the new retro games, right? And like I was kind of tossing and turning on doing that, but we kind of settled on not doing that for right now.
Yeah, there you go. Finally. All right.
The chat is like not working on Restream here. It's like frozen. I got to go on the YouTube and then I can see the chat flying. It like froze for me.
Oh yeah.
The last comment here is "Let's go" by Meatball Saucy, and that was probably 2 hours ago.
I think there's a little bit of delay. Yeah. Sometimes it works really well, and other times it doesn't. So we'll go with it.
It is
anyway.
Hey, I switched over. Just heads up. I switched over to StreamYard. I used to be a big Restream guy, but when I would record my pre-recorded videos. Here's a little YouTube inside knowledge, guys. So when I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the camera, right? Then when I'm done, I play it back, and I looked like I was Minecraft or Mr. Potato Head because it was all digital. I'm like, nobody can watch this. So then I had to recut what I just played, and you know how hard it is. It's like the one take you got it. Like you nailed everything you needed to say, and then I had to go back and redo it. So I switched over to StreamYard, and they have local recording, so it's not bouncing over all these servers. So it's way better, and it's cheaper for me too. I don't know if you guys are paying for this program, but it's like only $26. It was like literally half the price. So I'm sticking over there now.
Ryan said that once the channel becomes self-sustained, he'll buy a claw machine.
Claw machine,
yeah. I did not say that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It wasn't self-sustained even. Dathan, I think that your memory is, he didn't say that. He's correct. He said that once we got enough super chats, you would just go ahead and buy it.
Just get the claw.
So the super chats are going into a bucket first for the claw machine. Then after that, the excess will go towards
a second claw machine.
No, what I said was,
I mean, once he gets the first, a second will probably
Restream is expensive, and that's what I have the super chats going to if we get any. So thank you so much, everybody. If we ever, I'm not looking for any handouts or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a tip. So after the show, you're gonna cancel, right? You got to go through a couple. Like, hey, I'm out of here. Restream.
Oh yeah, they'll cut $10 off a month.
They'll cut $10 off the top, so it's like $39 instead of $49. But it does the world wonders, man. It adds up. Everything adds up in this world, right?
Yeah. I keep wanting to like cancel Paramount Plus or whatever it's called, and like they'll get me right at the end, like, oh, this month we'll charge you 99 cents or something. Like, all right, I'll keep it on another month.
And then you forget about it.
And then I forget about it.
They get you because you go to cancel, and then at the very end they go, "Hey, do you remember we got Beavis and Butthead?"
Right.
And then you go, "Right, okay, I'll
something they'll finally come out and get me."
Yeah. Everything.
Anyway, all right. It's almost been 2 hours, guys. I want to go to bed at some point. Thank you, Danny, for coming on.
Anytime.
Just chatting with you.
everyone go. Maybe I can find put a link in this video for your channel. Travis.
Or Travis said, "F you guys, I'm out." Like he didn't.
He's back.
I'm back.
He's back.
That was his window of opportunity. He's like, gone.
Yeah, Danny, if you want to promote what's going on, anything. So you're working on a
Okay, here,
X-Men cat for your channel. What else you got going on?
So I got a Joe Sabo's multi-package coming in hot, and it's actually going to be here tomorrow. That man shipped fast. He did not mess around with this one. And I have Joe on the phone. Like, I got his phone number, so I'm always bothering him. I'm like, Joe, come on. You know. So when we did the Golden Axe mod, the bezel was a little too thick. I think he was used to kind of doing real arcades, and it kind of offset the control panel, right? So he's going to replace that for me. It was off by like a millimeter, and that's all it took to have a bump in the control panel. So he's going to replace that, and that'll be good. Then we're going to get the X-Men 97 art on there. That'll be fun, and we'll do a whole video on that. And then the big one is we're going to be doing, and I put it in the chat here, we're going to be doing our Darkstalkers Dynamo mod. So I don't know, has anybody here owned a Big Blue from Arcade 1-Up at one point?
Yeah, I still got it.
Okay, beautiful. So I'm taking that PCB and encoder board. I'm just going to put it in the Dynamo form factor, and we're going to reskin it all Darkstalkers. It should look really, really cool.
Cool.
So that's what we got going on. And then 5 months from now, we'll have Alpha 2, Third Strike, and Street Fighter Alpha 3. So we'll
Did you get the Iconic Arcade? Or
oh, you betcha. We had a whole stream about it because what was going to happen, guys, and you guys are affected. You guys were talking about the tariffs and everything. They shut down the pre-order, so you can't pre-order anymore. And when they kick it back on again to go live, it's going to be more expensive. Now, I would assume it'd be $100 to $300 more. Maybe it brings out to $1,000. I'm like, look, I don't want to pay any more than I need to for this thing. I want to get in on the good deal where it's free shipping and I can divide my payments up. So let's just do this now. Chat, what do we do? What do we vote on? What skin are we going with? And surprisingly, they voted Alpha 2. So we went with Alpha 2, and I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. This is one of those products that it's been a while since we got a new kind of release, and I love those Street Fighter games. So I'm going to be hyped when it eventually gets here, and it was supposed to get here in 2 weeks, but now we got to wait another 5 months. So that kind of sucks. But
everyone go check out his channel if you're in the chat. If you don't know about Danny, you definitely know about him now. He's got a ton of energy. Like, what time is it over there? Where are you, in Wisconsin or Chicago?
Yeah, we're going on. It's 1 a.m. right now.
Yeah. So I don't know how you fall asleep at all, but like, you're
I don't know.
awesome.
I mean, after I end here, I'm going to go live on my channel because I'm already set up. So let's fucking go. Just kidding.
Chris, you need to bring that same energy over to your channel. What are you working on this next week? What are you going to? He's our movie guy. What are you going to go see?
Well, I'm obviously going to go see Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning, and then Lilo and Stitch on Monday. Because I absolutely hate myself so much that I have to watch garbage.
Is that movie already out?
It comes out this weekend too.
Okay. Well, let me know if it's good.
And they've removed the bad guy from the cartoon, so I don't know what the point of the movie is.
I don't think I ever saw the cartoon.
Watch the cartoon is what it's great. I did go see a movie this weekend that comes out next week called Bring Her Back, and I put a review up on my channel, so if you want to watch that. But I'm going to go back and see that one again next week when it comes out. That was really good. And then, of course, I'm just putting up shorts right now, like recommendations, quick recommendations and things of movies that I've been going back and watching. So
Zohar's giving me recommendations on who to Google. So, yeah, I will take care of that, sir. All right. Eric, Dathan, Travis, do you have any final thoughts, you guys? You want to
have a good holiday weekend, everybody?
Have a safe, good holiday weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And we need to bring Danny's energy to you guys because, like,
no, you don't. It's too much.
You're doing good, bro. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you.
It's easy listening at night. You know, you can't have all this hype energy when you're trying to go to sleep. Easy listening, and then slide into the bed, and that's it. You know?
We're the Balatro of YouTube channels. We just put you right to sleep.
There you go. Danny, do you know about Balatro? Do you play Balatro?
I mean, I don't play it, but I can kind of get the gist of putting two and two together. But no, it's Balatro here.
It's not important.
Yeah, we don't know. Have they? Iconic hasn't even shown off the UI at all, have they?
Guys, listen. I will. I don't. I want. You guys are trying to get out of here. I don't want to keep you forever. But I gotta say, what
you can
people,
talk though.
people are very they're very worried about this UI, right?
Sure.
And they want to see the final renders, and I totally get it. Before you drop $700, but I don't want to be the guy that says in John D we trust. But I mean, the guy freed MVC2. The guy has also done some wrong things, right? Blitz was a disaster. I mean, we keep going on and on, right? But this guy's gonna get it done. He wants to make money. This is his flagship first round of arcade cabinet. If this thing is an A tier or the gold standard, then you need to get out and stop doing what you're doing, right? He wants to have 7, 8, 9, 10 companies producing these things like Basic Fun. He's going to be doing the licensing for Basic Fun, right? I would assume. And again, this is just hypothetically thinking, but you got to understand, if he's got 10 companies just pumping out money for him, like, hello. So, like, yes, we should have totally seen all this stuff by now. We were promised it, but I just maybe hold on to your horses. And I get it. I put in $350 so far. I did the half payment, but if it's a bunch of garbage at the end of the day, I can get my $350 back and we move the drill, right?
Yeah,
it's that simple. So I think that's a no-brainer. It's not like it's lost forever. It's not a Kickstarter where they're just going to take your money and go. I mean, this is backed by Lenovo. They're not just going to jump shark and leave. This isn't some bootleg company. This is Lenovo we're talking about here. So it's Medion, a subsidiary of Lenovo. So, I mean, come on, guys. And I get it. So it's your own money. It's your own money, but there's going to be something, and hopefully it's great. Hopefully they make the improvements and we kind of see it evolve, because it was a very rough prototype, and we definitely need to see the final renders.
It's got to be good enough so, like, I'll play it for a couple months, and then 8-Bit Gaming Legend will next summer come and buy it off me. Right?
You should be using him to get your arcade. Be like, yeah, you should get this one. You should get this one. I think this one would be good. And then you get it for like half the price or whatever.
Yeah, he's got to have like a slight interest in it. Maybe I'll put like a Transformers game on it for him, and then when we get.
I think it's gonna be cool because it's a bigger screen, it's a bigger form factor. It'll be awesome.
Zohar, all right, Zohar. Before we go, I looked her up. That lady's a porn star. Like,
well, I mean, I'm not taking advice from G-Force guy here.
Play the clip.
I'm not playing any clip.
Wait, we're not trying to turn into what was it, Retro Legends or something? We're doing Booth Babes or whatever.
Yeah, no. Well, anyway, all right.
Anyway.
We can talk about my VHS collection.
Oh, and I guess John D's dad just passed apparently. So, John, if you're out there, I'm sorry.
He's kind of turned a new leaf with like who he is as a person from kind of what I've seen from the outside looking in. Like, I've been on the phone with the guy, so I've talked to him. It's like it seems like it's just a different chapter in his life. We all hit that sort of point where something traumatic happens, and you just kind of think differently. I've had that happen like 3-4 times in my life, and it kind of made me the person who I am today. And it's just that happens, and you grow from it, you learn from it, you get stronger, you get better, and we'll see. Again, the proof's in the pudding. We need the product at the end of the day, and will he be able to deliver? Find out next on Late Night Live.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Thor KC's here. Wait, Thor KC just joined. We got to go another hour.
No. Yeah, where were you at? Thor KC, good to see you. Anyway, thank you everyone in the chat. Thor KC, if you're just tuning in, we're gonna have you can rewatch this later. We might be trying to put it on the podcast places, Apple and Spotify. So we'll see about that. Dathan's prodding me, but G4 Sky, Thor KC, J Rod, Mike Hawkhurts. Who else was here? Ichabod Crane.
I saw Ace Jack's Media Grounds in the chat.
Yeah, we don't know who that guy is. Whatever happened? What did Meatball Saucy? He fell asleep.
No, I think he went on to play some VR. Pinball.
All right, we'll hit him up again. Anyway, thank you for watching, you guys. Be sure to like this video. I do appreciate you guys, and next week we'll keep it going. And everyone go subscribe to the Cornercade for sure, and go check them out. And that's all I got. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Good night.
Thank